For today's lesson, we are going to factor using the difference of squares method. So in factoring binomials, you'll run across a special type of binomial called a difference of squares. This is a binomial where you have a term squared minus another term squared. There's a simple rule we follow in factoring these types of binomials shown below. So basically when we're talking about difference of squares, we have two perfect squares, okay? And they're being subtracted from each other. So that's why it's called a difference of squares. So if we look at the example below, we'll see that we have a squared minus b squared. And there's a simple formula or rule that we use where we have two parentheses, we have plus in one parentheses and minus in the other parentheses. And then we're just simply taking the square root of each term. So we know that to get a squared, we have to multiply a times a. So therefore, in each of the first terms of those binomials, you will have an a. And then you have b squared. Taking the square root of b squared is b. Again, how can you check your answer to make sure that it's right? Since we have two binomials, we can go ahead and multiply them and you will get your difference of squares. So if we look at this first example here, we have x squared minus 81. So with x squared minus 81, the first thing you want to make sure is looking at to make sure that you have a difference, so a subtraction, and you have two perfect squares. So I see the subtraction. I see that I have x squared, which is a perfect square, and I have 81, which is a perfect square. So all I'm simply going to do is look for, or rather take the square root of each term. So I know that in order to get x squared, I had to multiply x times x. And I know based on my perfect squares, to get 81, I have to multiply 9 times 9. All right, so following that simple formula, all I am doing is taking my x. You see x times x gives me x squared, so I have x here, x there. 9 times 9 gives me 81. I get 9 there and 9 there. So taking a look over at the example next to it, I have 4x squared minus 16. Okay, so I know that taking the square root of 4 is going to give me 2. Taking the square root of x squared is going to give me x. Taking the square root of 16 is going to give me 4. All right, so following that rule, I know that I'm going to have 2x here, 2x there, and I'm going to have 4 and 4. Okay, and again, you can always check yourself by either using the FOIL method or using the box method that we learned to multiply binomials. Taking a look at the third example, again, I'm taking it piece by piece, so don't let the fact that we have variable terms confuse you. You're still taking the square root of each. So again, double checking. 16 is a perfect square, x squared is a perfect square, 25 is a perfect square, and y squared is a perfect square. So taking the square root of 16, I have 4. Taking the square root of x squared, I have x. Square root of 25 is 5. And taking the square root of y squared is y. So I know I'm going to have 4x and 5y here. And I'm going to have 4x and 5y here. All right, so now we're going to take a look at some more examples. All right, so we're going to factor again using the difference of squares. So we have 4n squared and 49. Again, so we're just going to take the square root. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of n squared is n. The square root of 49 is 7. So 2n. And then we're going to have 7. All right, the next example doesn't give us that breakdown like we did before, so we're going to break it down ourselves. So we know that in order to get 49, I have to multiply or square 7. In order to get x squared, I have to square my x. To get 25, I have to square 5. To get y, I have to get y squared, I have to square y. Again, making my formula, make your two parentheses, one with the plus sign, one with the subtraction sign. I have 7x as my first term, 5y as my second term. All right, looking at the third example again, we're going to go through. To get 9, I have to square 3. Again, to get x squared, I have to square x. And I forgot to put my squares there, so I apologize. Get my subtraction sign. Take the square root of 16, I get 4, and the square root of y squared is just y. All right, so again, make my 2 sets of parentheses. Again, it doesn't matter which one has the plus, which one has the minus, so I'll switch it up. 3x as my first term, 4y as my second term, and again, you can always check yourself by multiplying your binomials. All right. So continuing on to our second row, we have a squared minus 25b squared. Again, we know that a squared, and again, you don't have to do that middle step that we've been doing. You can just clearly go ahead and make your parentheses. So I have a, and a, I know that the square root of 25 is 5. And then I know that the square root of b squared is b. All right, so again, we have 25. We know that the square root of 25 is 5. We know that the square root of n squared is n. The square root of 144 is 12. All right, so we're going to have 5n as our first term and 12 as our second term. All right, and looking at the third one in this row, again, take it piece by piece. So again, you don't have to do that middle step. You can just go ahead and make your parentheses, one with the plus, one with the minus. Again, it doesn't matter which one has which, whether the plus comes first or the minus comes first. So you have x squared, square root of that is x, square root of 9 is 3, square root of y squared is y. All right, so now you are going to test your understanding of factoring using a difference of squares. I do want you as your fourth problem to go ahead and create your own difference of squares. All right, so you have 4 examples. So you have 1, 2, and 3 that you are going to try on your own, and then for the fourth you are going to create your own factor of difference of squares.